What's up, guys? Happy Friday. Welcome to the Deal Desk, where every Friday here at 12 p.m. EST, I call your leads live. If you want to submit any leads, head over to the reitoolbox.com. Make sure you go ahead and submit them. And it doesn't matter where you're at, where your leads are. Just make sure that your leads are pre-qualified. I'm not cold calling here. I'm making sure that I'm talking to people that actually want to sell. Oh, hold on a second. Make sure you go ahead and submit them. And it does. There we go. All right, cool. All right, so yeah, ritoolbox.com. Submit your leads there. Doesn't matter where they're from. I'm gonna call them live. Let's get started. The first one is in Delaware, Barrat's Chapel Road in Kent Road. Is that the city? Kent, Delaware needs some work. All right. Repairs needed, updates, windows, bathrooms, kitchen. Awesome. Asking price 158,000. Reason for selling upside down and looking for a buyout. This is a really motivated lead. All right. Price low 158,000. What they owe, they will sign agreement today at that price or close. Okay. Awesome. So let's go ahead and give him a call. Mr. Troy. Man, on the last episode, I had this guy from I don't even remember where he was from, but he was, you guys should check out the replay of that one. He wasn't the actual seller, he was helping people sell. But let me see. I'm gonna pull this up here. Sometimes it's kind of good if you get a talker, depending if you're talking about the house, when you're building rapport, you want to make sure that, some people just talk, but at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you're actually talking about the property, right? If you're building too much rapport and you're not really talking about the property, you may spend a lot of time not going anywhere. So it's rapport is important, but you also want to talk about what you originally called about. All right, so this seller's name is Troy. Let's put him on speaker here. All right. And then I'm gonna start running comps on this here.
Hi, this is Troy.
Hey Troy, my name is Steven. I think you spoke with my partner Javon about your property on Brett's Chapel Road.
On which road?
Um, Barrett's Chapel Road.
Oh, in Frederica?
Yes. Are you interested in selling that property?
No, we actually took it off. Yeah, we're not selling that one anymore.
Oh, just out of curiosity, what happened?
Uh, Long story short, everything worked out.
Oh, that's good. Okay. You're closed and funded, or you just completely changed your mind?
I don't want to get into the details, but everything worked out. So we're not selling it at this point.
Okay. No problem. Did you have any other properties you might be looking to sell?
Um, I mean, if you're an investor, I don't have anything that's an investor friendly.
Mm-hmm.
I do have, in fact, I have a lease option that I'm in the process of destroying now, but it's more for retail buyer. Not, the numbers aren't going to make sense for an investor.
I
Otherwise,
appreciate
I
you
would be
telling me
doing it.
that. The good thing is sometimes we're able to pay market value if the seller might be open to terms. If that's something you might, consider, we can definitely
Yeah, I
pay.
mean, I do that every day. So
All right, cool.
they're open to terms in terms of lease options. That's the terms that they want to go with. So that's what we're working with.
Gotcha. Are you an investor too? You buy rental
I
properties
am.
or awesome. Just this area?
I try not to do rentals if I don't have to. It's not my preference.
Mm,
I'd rather you know owner finance or sub to something and move on from it from there. You know, rentals and lease options kind of like at least rentals is like the last thing I would do with the property if I was looking to hold it.
gotcha. Okay. Well, hey, I appreciate your time. Good luck with everything. And if I ever come across something in this area, I'll have my partner reach out.
Yeah, I mean, we can entertain it. I mean, similar concept. If you know, if cash doesn't work, then perhaps we can do something with terms. So that's my philosophy as well.
Awesome.
And we have multiple very creative ways to structure things. So just something pops up, you if you guys are trying to wholesale something and you can't dispo it, just give me a call. We can figure it out.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you. Take care.
Bye. So he's an investor. So Javon, you submitted this lead. Looks like this property was in pre-foreclosure. That's why he owed. He was asking 158. His unpaid balance was, according to this public record, says 151,938. Not really going to make much. I still think, I mean, this is out in a rural area. Not many comps here, which will make it much harder to sell. But hey, even though things didn't work out for you and it worked out for him, it's a win-win because he's a cash buyer now. So now if you ever come across an opportunity in this area, he knows the lingo. You could talk to him directly, and he's a cash buyer. All right, moving on to the next one we have in Fort Myers. Fort Myers. Looks like this is an apartment. Let me see, apartment or condo. All right, so Fort Myers, Florida. So this property is in fair condition. What repairs are needed? Cosmetics, reason for selling, retiring. All right, we got a lot of notes here. Any important notes? Great, great. Um, hmm. Okay, so the ARV you think is three. I mean, this seems like he's asking great price already. All right, cool. Well, let's give him a call. The tenant, oh wait, there's tenant. Okay, so it's tenant occupied. There's some information I didn't see here. Okay, we submitted an offer for 145 to Steve. The seller, his wife Linda, responded with a request for 20% earnest money deposit and indicated that they prefer the offer to be presented on a Florida real estate contract. They also stated that the existing lease agreement with the current tenant, which has recently renewed August 24th. All right, so this was recent to July 25th, 2024. Or I'm assuming you meant, oh, hold on, August. No, actually, okay, so they recently renewed August 24, 2023 to July 25th, 2024. I don't know if these years are wrong, but that's not recent. Otherwise, their lease would be expired by now. Should be assigned to the buyers. I sent her the proof of funds in my LLC and told her I could not do the deal with 20% EMD. So he just emailed. So she just emailed that she wants to know if we can have a compromise on. I mean, 20% isn't even like that's not even normal for people to do, right? This is a cash transaction. Typically, when sellers want a high EMD, I always tell them, hey, like typically it's not even that high, right? Not even if I was a retail buyer or anything like that. But as an investor, this EMD is due upon inspection. This is only for like difficult people like this because I want to take a look at it. I don't think they're asking a bad price. I haven't ran comps on it yet. Let me give them a call and see if they pick up the phone. Condos are not very, I mean, it comes down to the price. Hold on, I think you have a typo here on the price. 14,000. That's a great deal, but all right, 145,000. All right, so let me give them a call and see if I could pick up where you left off. All right. This is a weird phone number. Okay. Let's see if they pick up the phone. But 142, if you got an ARV of 312, I think you're already off on a good start. Yeah, I think this is the wrong number. Man, this is a good lead. You put the wrong number. There's like, typically it's five, I'm not going to say the number, but um, let me see. Oh no, you put an alternative number here. Okay, let me call the alternative number. If the phone number was 555-312-512, like it usually doesn't start with a zero after the area code. So let me try this alternative phone number you put. Hopefully this is the correct one. Okay. Let's see. There we go. Let me pull up the comps. Apartments and condos are much easier to comp because they're all very cookie cutter. Unit number. It's not coming up here. Let me see. There we go. I'm gonna try calling
Hi,
twice.
please leave a message after the tone. Thank you.
Oh, I don't know if the ARV is that high though. Hmm. Let me try calling them back. And when you're looking at condos or apartments, it's important to make sure that you stay within the community because if you go outside of it, you might come across different property types like townhomes and, you know, it'll categorize different things. I want to stay within the same property type and ideally in the same neighborhood or complex. I don't think the ARV's 312 though. I don't see, yeah, I don't see anything selling, let me see, for more than 230. Eh,
Hi, please leave a message after
unfortunately
the
didn't answer. So when you're looking at apartments, okay, even some neighborhoods, something that I like to do because you may have two neighborhoods. When we're looking at satellite views, sometimes you can't tell if they're in two different neighborhoods. So what you can do is you can drag the little yellow Google Street View person and look at the entrance of the community. Is it gated? Does it have a name of the community? Also on the tax records, it'll say subdivision. Um, because it might throw your comps completely off. It's kind of like Zillow, right? Zillow, it doesn't know the condition of the property, averages out the square footage, the price is sold, but you have to be as conservative as possible. So make sure you stay within the same community. I don't even see anything selling. Let me see. Are these roads connected? No. So this is a very small community. So let me see if I can go back a little further in time. Yeah. I don't see anything. The other ones are, it's a different community. So I double check those numbers. Okay. Let's move on to the next one here. Trenton, New Jersey. Man, I've called some leads in New Jersey and I always get all kinds of interesting conversations. But this one's on Burton Avenue in Trenton, New Jersey. All right. Needs some work. Roof is about 15 years old, bathroom. No AC, possible electric. All right. He mentioned that he has too many properties. That's the reason for selling. Hmm. All right. Seller's first name. All right. Let me see. Mr. Chin. All right. So they're asking 205. They have too many properties, which I mean, that sounds great for us, right? Because they may be, they may be liquidating their portfolio. Maybe it's too much to manage. All right. So let's give them a call. Mr. Chin. It's like this is a semi-detached row home. In the Northeast, you get a lot of these. And you also have to make sure Northeast properties, if they have basements, finished, unfinished, the square footage, you have to look at comps differently in the Northeast. All right, let's see if they answer the phone. Mr. Chin, and then I'm gonna start running comps. Even if they don't answer, I'll kind of give you some feedback on what I come across. I can already tell you they're asking way too high, which is normal, right? Everybody is very ambitious about their price. Let me see. And then I want to look at semi-detached row homes. There's a lot of comps here though. So there's a lot of good data. He's looking for above ARVs, what I see. It doesn't mean he's gonna not go down, but it's important to understand that when people are asking such a high price, it doesn't mean that they won't go down. It just means they have to be educated on, okay, well, you're here. Why is it not worth that? And a lot of people are sentimentally attached to their house. Some people, they do repairs on the property, which thinks, they may think that it'll increase the value drastically. I once had a seller, let's keep ringing. I once had a seller that we're buying in as is condition. My offer's not going to change if you put uh she wanted some granite in the kitchen. She put it in there anyway, and I assigned that property, but it didn't really change my offer much. Um yeah, so this property, my MAO for this property, I see a cash comp. Let me make sure it's a semi-detached row home. Hold on a second. Single family. Okay, so this is a semi-detached row home. I see a cash comp that sold for 136. So my MA, that sold a few months ago. And it's identical. Actually, oh no, it's identical, yeah. Well, this and the comp is much older, but conservatively, your MAO for this property on what is Burton Avenue, I would be around 125K max. Um, I do see them going for 225, all that stuff. I see an anchor for 70 and I see an MAO for 125. So when you do get a hold of them, that's more or less a starting point. And keep in mind, guys, I kind of mentioned this in the Real Advisors community. When we're giving offers on properties, you never want to, because people say, well, what are you offering, Steven? Right? We try to play this dance. Hey, how much do you want for it? We don't want to directly ask that question. We want to say, wait, what do you think it's worth, or what were you looking to at least sell for? And then that'll kind of separate their opinion of value and their least they're willing to sell, because everybody knows the least they're willing to sell, but not everybody knows, what the house is worth or what it might be worth, right? They'll go on Zillow, they'll see Bob down the street sold for 300,000, and they're not in the same industry we're in. So when we're making offers, let's say my max offer is 125. I can't tell the person, yeah, I can offer you 125, because they'll never be satisfied with the original number. They'll always want more. And if you're offering 125 to somebody, right? And let's say you're wholesaling it for 135, you're trying to make at least $10,000. You either have no deal or your deal is smaller. So I saw an anchor price, and I really want you guys to understand this, because this is where a lot of people mess up. They try to give an offer, and then, the homeowner doesn't like it, or they got to think about it. You have to set the standard low. So I would say, hey, Bob, are you familiar with Fountain Avenue? Whether they're familiar with it or not, I'll say this property is sold on 104 Fountain Avenue, sold for $70,000. Chances are they're going to get upset. But keep in mind, when you're anchor pricing somebody, it's not what your offer is. I would say, hey, that's not, I'm not saying that's what my offer is. I'm just letting you know what's selling in the area. But what I did by saying that is I got a reaction. If he reacted negatively, we say, well, I'm not saying that's what my offer is. I'm just letting you know what's selling in the area. If he reacted positively, he may take a little bit more than that. And it could be a great deal, huge deal. But most people get very upset. You're crazy. I'll never sell for that. You're like everybody else. Well, Bob, I'm not saying that's what my offer is. I'm letting you know what's selling the area. But taking that into consideration, what do you think yours is worth? Or what we're looking at least sell for? I'll ask a second time. If they still don't tell me, now I give a range, right? So in order for this to make sense to us, we'd be between 70 to 110, somewhere around there. So everybody gives offers differently. I'm just letting you know this is what's worked for me in the past 10 years. Right? If you really need to crunch numbers, you could do the 70% minus repairs, all that. But what it really comes down to is, what are investors paying for? Right? Just stay underneath that and you're good. The 70% rule is a good rule of thumb, right? But just keep that in mind when you're giving offers. Give the anchor price first, okay? Ask a second time. and then give the range. If they like the range, you have a deal. If they do not like the range, say, well, if I can cover closing costs, fees, and there's no commissions, and I can close in a time frame that works best for you, what do you think would be the best price you can do? Then they're going to give their number. And then that's going to tell you, should I switch to terms? Should I refer this as a listing? Or should I follow up? So this is a numbers game, okay? But focus on doing this at least 5 times a day. Hopefully that helps. Let's move to the next one. We're still in Trenton, New Jersey. We're moving to State Street, okay? So what's the deal with this? Asking 425, reason for selling, retired, and they want to relocate. Okay. There it's vacant and it's ready to sell in 30 days. Great. So it's vacant. I'm assuming they may have already relocated, and 30 days seems like a great time frame. All right. And this is a really nice house. So let's give them a call. Where's their phone number? There it is. Okay. Let's see if they pick up the phone. Okay. And while that is about to ring, I'm going to start running comps on this. Call twice. Because when I'm calling, when you're calling other people, oh, here, hello?
Hello.
Hey,
Yes.
Glendor?
Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Steven. I think you spoke with my partner a while back, Mariana, about your property on State Street. Were you still looking to get an offer on that property?
Yes, it's still on the market.
It's going on the market?
It's still on the market.
Oh, it's currently listed with an agent?
No, I did not say that. I said, you asked me a question. I said, yes, it's still on the market. It had an offer that fell through, so it's still available.
Gotcha. Okay. Great.
Are you hearing me?
I'm hearing you. Did I catch you at a good time? I had a few questions about it.
Go ahead.
Okay, perfect. And while I pull this up, I see here in the notes, all 4 bathrooms, plumbing, electric was done 2007. Home is historic, so the roof is resealed every 5 years. Can you tell me a little bit more about the interior? Was the kitchen also done in 2007?
No, the kitchen was updated about 2021. There was butcher block, and the bottom part of the kitchen was rebuilt with new counter, new cabinets, and a butcher block.
Okay.
Butcher block thing.
All right. And let me see how's the electrical? Okay, so electric was 2007 and the plumbing as well. And it's currently vacant, I see in the notes.
Yes, we're moving out of it. We live there.
Okay. How long has it been
We have
vacant
moved
for?
most of our stuff. It hasn't been vacant yet. We're still living there. We just moved out half of our stuff because we're moving and out of state.
Mhm.
So we're packing up stuff there. So we're still living there.
Got it. Okay. And has off-street parking?
Yes, it has a 3-car garage. It has an 8-car driveway.
So she's asking
Parking there.
way too high. All right, great. Let me see. And you mentioned it was the offer fell through. Do you know what went wrong? Was it like they couldn't get financing, or what exactly happened?
They didn't. I think the thing is they thought that there was going to be one of those where they can have it quickly bought, I guess. So they only had qualified for a certain amount, and not what I'm willing to take.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So we're an investment company. We're not always the best fit. I'm trying to look here. How did you get to 425? I'm trying to look at some similar properties.
Market is in that area is going for 575 and above.
Mm-hmm.
A house in that area sold for a house that is 3,000 square feet sold for 441 in July. matter of fact, a couple of them that sold in that one area. So that house is on the market because I wanted to make it quickly because we bought another house and we didn't want to carry two mortgages.
Okay. Yeah, I don't. You said the one sold for over 400,000?
Yes.
Would you happen to have that address? I could look that up.
Yes, if you do Trenton, anything over 3,000 square feet, it'll pop up. Because that's how a gentleman called me and told me that's how he noticed it. And he realized that mine was bigger, but the price was just about their price. And I explained to him why it's not on the par value of what the market is in that area. Because we were looking to make sure that we don't carry two mortgages. So I didn't put it to the value of the house, which is 5 and change, because I said, okay, I want to just get this over with. Now you're going to be carrying two mortgages instead of just one. That's why we wanted to get it moved as quickly as possible.
Gotcha. Okay. So, yeah, it's a little bit hard. As an investor, obviously we buy these properties. There's pros and cons to dealing with us. We were not always a good fit.
Yeah, because I had an investor who came through, said it
Trying to do a takeaway because he's asking way too much.
Because he didn't expect what he saw. And because of the houses being in such a good condition, they wouldn't be able to make the profit they thought they would. So they couldn't do a lower bid and they couldn't come to a conclusion how high they would make to make the profit they were looking for. So that said already played this.
Okay.
They thought that it would need a lot of work and they realized that it didn't. So they thought I could low blow it and that it didn't work.
Yeah.
So when he called me back, he said, give me one price. But then he and the guy talked it over. He needed to move up more and they couldn't come to agreement because there were 3 partners involved.
If you were to sell to
call back.
Got it. If you were to sell to an investment company like us and, we took care of the closing costs, fees, all that, what do you think would be the best price you can do?
Taking care of the closing costs and all of that doesn't make anything to me at all. If I get the price of what I'm asking for, what I'm willing to settle for the property is sold.
Okay. So
things like taking care of closing costs and all that you explained to me doesn't make what to me. It means that whatever price I decided that, we decided that whatever we decided we're going to take, that's what we're going to take.
So are you looking to pay the closing costs, or are you just looking to net what you're asking?
We're looking for what we're asking.
Okay.
Net for what we're asking. There's no additional word about. It's not for you to worry about the closing or anything.
Right.
Got that.
Okay. So now that you know we're an investment company, what do you think would be the best price you can do, considering we'd have to get it at a good price where we can make a profit as well?
Well, you put in an offer that is acceptable to me, and I will let you know if that's acceptable or not.
Because I'm looking in the area. Are you familiar with Parkside Avenue, right down the street?
Yes.
So there's a property on 12 Parkside Avenue, the corner one. It sold for $350.
That was an empty lot that a person just built, and it's nothing like the house. It's not even half of my size.
An empty lot. It's zoned commercial. Let me see. So it's actually a little bit bigger. They knocked this house down?
This is the new house that was just built up. It's a house that it's unparked. Is it a big commercial one that is white? If it's the big one that is white there, it's got a lot of work that was needed to done inside because it's commercial property, is not a residential.
Yeah, it's right in front of the school. So this one sold for $350. So you're saying that's what the lot sold for?
If the one that you think that you're talking about, or if it's the one that is right across from the school, that has been abandoned for the last 6 years. So
yeah, it's been abandoned for 6 years. Somebody just bought that. Okay.
Well, it's been empty for a while, and they got some work that needs to be done.
Got it. Yeah, 425. I'm just having I don't see any. I mean, the highest sold one I see is actually the house behind you. Let me take a look at this one. This one on 801, on Carter Avenue behind you, it sold for 400,000, and it seems like it's in. Let me see. They worked on it, and this actually just sold last month for 400,000.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me ask you this: if we can pay you the 425, would you give us some time to pay for it?
depends on what time you mean and how it goes.
Yeah,
Okay.
like would you be open to potentially financing the property with a down payment?
If you have to finance it with a down payment, you said,
If you would be open to that.
open to what? That you finance the property? What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Yeah, so essentially when properties are in really good shape and like let's say the cash offer, I don't even want to tell you the cash offer, it just wouldn't make any sense. But we're able to pay a much higher price if the homeowner is open to a down payment and monthly payments on the property. Essentially, like you'd be
Not
the
right
bank.
now, no.
You're just looking for cash?
No, I'm looking for a month for somebody that buy it off us, that can they make a mortgage on it, they get a mortgage, and we don't have to do hold on to it and let them pay monthly. That's
Mm-hmm.
what we're looking for.
Got it. Okay. No, I completely understand. So I see you have it listed for sale bound. So it's been on the market for almost 3 months.
Yes, and it's gotten it's got 5 offers on it.
Yeah.
And like I said, if they don't come with the paperwork showing me that they have a mortgage,
She's not
I don't
super
waste my time.
motivated. This thing's been on the market for 90 days. It's overpriced.
And I
Okay.
had a few who said I can do it. And when they went to the bank, if they don't qualify for what they want to do, or they can't come in that, and they hope that I would drop it now.
Right, right.
I've had everybody who came in. I had one person who said it's too big for her family, which I appreciated her because she said it was nice, but it's just too big for her. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy who bought out $400,000, he wanted to try and get more. I told him, try and get it and see, get back to me before he can. I said, okay, I sent out a contract to him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting on him to respond to me. I think it was last week that he told me that. He said he want to go back to his bank and see what he can do. And another one who told me yesterday that he has to go and check with his bank. But I told yesterday also because he saw the sign outside. So I have people who are very interested in purchasing the property.
Right.
I had a person who wanted to cooperate with went to the option to purchase on that. I told him if I was going to do that, I was going to sell it to my son instead. What else did I have for the last couple of days? So that's what I've been hearing for the last thing. So everyone who came out for it, I had invested, I did a low ball. I told them I wasn't even interested in that. So that's where we stand right now.
Yeah. No, you're looking for somebody that'll give you an offer that makes sense and actually close on it.
Correct.
Yeah, it's tough for me. I mean, I I don't think I'd be anywhere near that price unless it was terms, but why not list the property on the open market? Have you considered doing that again?
My husband hasn't quite decided whether or not he wants that to be done. So
What was
but
that?
on that, I think my husband didn't quite give. I can do it, but it's not me alone telling. My husband has input on this. I said the Trentier. He advertises in the Trentier. I think he has it in that. So he's just willing to give it a couple more weeks to see what it is, and then maybe he'll change his mind.
Okay. Why don't I check back in with you in a week and see if anything changes and we'll go from there. My partner will call you.
You can do that.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your time. Thank you.
No problem at
Bye-bye.
all.
So this is a good example of somebody who's firm on her price. The thing is with homeowners that want too much, the market is what tells them what's going to work and what's not going to work because this property, she said it fell through, right? It's a little bit hard to understand it, but it's been sitting here for about 90 days. I think she's asking too much. I mean, all homeowners ask too much, but you know, I said I start doing takeaways with people like that. Why not list the property? Well, my husband, blah blah blah. I might, I'll give it 2 more weeks to see what happens. So I would recommend calling that person back in a week. A cash offer. I mean, I don't know where she got this one was taken down because it looks like somebody bought it cash. It didn't need some work, yes. And it was an LLC, and they bought this, yeah, for 350. We'd probably be closer to that price, right? I think we could do a little bit higher than 350. It's a corner lot, so it is more valuable. I don't think it got taken down. She said it was something about new construction, which I don't see any information on that here. But some people that, they want a high price, okay, cash offer is not going to make sense. If I can give you exactly what you're asking for, would you give me some time to pay it? Well, what do you mean? Well, typically with not nicer houses, we're able to pay much higher purchase price if you're open to our terms, such as a down payment and monthly payments, right? I don't want to overwhelm her or give her too much information, because when it comes to structuring creative finance terms, if you can't explain it on the third grade level to a seller, they're gonna get confused. They're gonna be like, no, I don't want to do that. Even this lady understood. I think I explained it as simple as I could to see, if she understands the how it works, but she doesn't seem like she's interested. She says she'd rather sell to somebody, to a retail buyer at 425. I think it'll sell for 400,000. I mean, that's just what I'm thinking. This could be a great wholesale or a great innovation, but this lady just wants to sit and hold on to it. It's been on here for 3 months. I don't think it's gonna move. So check back in with her in 1 week and pick up. The longer the house sits on the market, the more motivated people are gonna be. They're gonna be like, man, I am asking too much. Well, that guy offered me close to this. This guy offered me what I was asking, but terms. They're going to start exploring their options, because if the house is just sitting there vacant, I mean, they're paying a mortgage on it. They're paying taxes. They're, all this stuff. So it's important not just to let those go. Those people get motivated over time when they don't get what they want. All right. So, who submitted this one? Marianne, yeah, make sure you stay on top of this seller, because she is serious about selling, but she's not motivated. She's not in a rush. But the longer the house sits, that's when people start understanding, okay, maybe I should drop the price or be open to something else. All right, we're going to New York. Complete rehab needed. Leon Mountain, New York. Okay, complete rehab needed. If we can pull up that property. There it is. All right, complete rehab needed. Everything. Ooh, she stated that she purchased it for her son, but he wanted something closer to town. Wow. Okay. Ready to sell now. $35,000. Hmm. All right, let's give him a call, see what happens. Man, she bought the house for her son, and then he said, I want to move closer to town. Let's pull this up. I thought this was New York City for a second, but it's not. $35,000 New York. I mean, that seems really cheap. All right. 5-7. Okay. Yeah, it's got to be upstate New York. If you guys have any leads you want me to call, oh, is this the wrong number? Drop them. Send me a message directly in the chat, and I will call them. I think this is an incorrect number. Maybe I put it in wrong. Let me just double check here real quick. Okay. What's their name? All right, Michelle. All right. There we go. Let's start running comps on it. It's $35,000. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Michelle. Hello.
Your message. I might call you back.
Oh, it's those voicemails. Hey, those voicemails that sound like they pick up the phone. I hate those voicemails. They sound like, hello, hello. It's a trick. I'm calling her right back. If she doesn't pick up, I'll let you know what I come across here. This was
Hello?
lit.
Hello. Hello.
I'm not falling for this.
Hello.
Second time.
Didn't I? Leave a message.
All right. So interesting voicemail. I'm looking at the comps here. She's asking 35. Seems like a good price. I see the average estimated value is $87,000. Now, yeah, this is out. This is upstate over here, man. Yeah. Yeah, this is like in a very rural area. Very small towns. These deals are really hard to sell. When they're in like very, very small towns, population is probably less than 1,000. They're gonna be very difficult to sell. I'm trying to look at some comps here. What I like to do when I get homeowners that are their properties in the middle of nowhere, even when you get it under contract, it's going to be very difficult to sell. So typically, I try to connect with a real estate agent, an investor friendly real estate agent that's close to this. All right, as close as possible. And I usually like partnering up with them and see if they can help me sell it. But they have to be investor friendly because if they're not, it could be a big waste of time. Man, there's nothing sold here. Let me go back farther in town. Farther in time here. Ooh, that's not good. The most recently sold property was 2022, right down the street for $8,000. Hmm. And they are newer. Um, they sold cash. Yeah, that's not good. Let me take a look here real quick. Why is it pulling this estimated value of that high then? But I mean, like I said, some people when they're asking a price, it all depends on the time frame they want to sell and the reason. And she might be motivated to sell at even a cheaper price. But you have to be very conservative. And a good rule of thumb is, look at this estimate is 14,800. Whoa. There's pictures on Zillow. It looks like a haunted house. Yeah, this definitely needs a lot of work. I'd be really. It's like how some houses in Baltimore. Sometimes they're for sale for like $500 and nobody wants them. 2-story, 5-bedroom, 2-bath. Email me. Airbnb. Yeah, I don't know about that. Okay. Yeah, try to reach out to her and just say, hey, how did you get to that price? Is there something I'm missing? Because I don't see anything selling for more than $8,000 here. I mean, even the Zestimate's usually 20% on or off. It says 14,800. So I don't know. But we don't know how low she'll go. She bought this for $18,000 22 years ago. All right, let's move on to the next one. Oh, look at this. Same town. A 2-for-1. Okay, this one's listed for hire. Okay. So Standish Road. This one looks a little bit nicer. All right, let's see what needs some work. Kitchen, no AC, possible bathroom. They're asking $40,000. They want to relocate. Roof was done 5 years ago. Electric water tank. Home is duplex. All right. So is it the whole duplex? Or well, I mean, it's got to be, right? This isn't okay. So this is a duplex, a little bit different. So make sure when you guys submit leads, if she owns a duplex, is it vacant on one side or does she not live in it? I mean, it says relocated. So I'm assuming she moved out. So let's let's give her a call. Is this the same seller? No, it's not. Okay, cool. All right, let's give this person a call and see. 17. All right, so let's see if there's any comps for this. Same city, so not much. Probably can't be that much different.
Hello, this is Kaylee.
Hey, good afternoon, Kaylee. My name's Steven. I think you spoke with my partner a while back about your property on Standish Road.
Yes,
We still looking to sell that property?
I am.
Great. Did I catch a good time?
Yeah, I can talk for a few minutes.
Perfect. I had a few questions about it. Says here needs some more kitchen, no HVAC, possible bathroom. So this is a duplex, right?
Yep.
Is it currently tenant occupied?
It's only half a duplex and my tenant's moving out at the end of the month.
So like a semi-detached row home, basically.
It's a duplex and it has two separate owners. My neighbors own one half and I own the other half
Got it. And the tenant's moving out. When did you say?
at the end of this month.
At the end of the month. Okay. All right. And how's the electric and plumbing on it?
Um, the electric is fine. It goes through the state company up there and then the plumbing is fine. The shower's going to be replaced.
Okay.
as well as the vanity updated in the bathroom at the end of the month.
Mm-hmm.
And it's town water, and it's like town water and sewer.
Got it. And do you know the age of the roof?
Yeah, I just did that about 7 years ago. It's a
Okay.
tin roof.
All right. What was the tenant paying in rent while she was there? He or she was there.
He was paying 900.
Okay. 900. And were they there for a while? Was it an annual lease or month to month?
It was an annual lease. My dad was actually renting it. He was there for 2 years.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Okay, so 900. All right. Man, I'm having a hard time. So the way we come up with our offers is we look at the last 90 days, see what sold in the area. We ask about the condition, and then that'll kind of tell us more or less a range that may work for us. Um, did you have any ideas to what you think it might be worth or what you're looking at lease sell for?
Um, I have it listed for 40 grand.
All right. That's what you're looking to sell it for?
I would take 30 at this point.
30. Okay. Let me take a look here real quick. Are there any other duplexes in this area? I don't see any.
Yeah, that entire town is duplexes. There's some single sold houses, but one of the last duplex that I saw sold for 62,000. It had a garage though
Oh,
that you could park your car in. This one has a garage, but you can't park your car in it.
do you have happen to have that address of that property?
I don't. I know it was on 3rd Street,
Mm-hmm.
and that's about it.
Okay. So $30,000. And what kind of time frame were you looking to sell?
I mean, I'm trying to sell it before the end of the year.
Okay.
If not, I'm going to put another tenant in there.
Okay. Do these rent pretty quickly?
Yeah, people are interested in it. They just want to do a rent to own situation, and I'm not interested in that.
Got it. Is rent to own. Let me ask you this. If I can pay you $30,000 or maybe even $40,000, would you be open to terms on it?
What kind of terms?
Like financing, down payment, monthly payments.
I'm just looking for a lump sum.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see the most recent one I actually found was on the same street and it's 2859 Standish Road. It's sold for $12,000.
Is that in Standish or Line
Mhm.
Mountain?
Standish. Yeah, it's on Standish.
Yeah, that's a different town.
Standish? Standish Road?
Standish Road goes between the town that my house is located, Line Mountain, and another town called Standish.
Yeah, this one's
And the houses in Standish sell for super cheap.
yeah, this one's right. It's right across the street from yours, like northwest. So it's not too far.
Then that must have sold in an auction for that price.
Yeah. Oh, I see the one that sold for 60. The one that you said a garage. That one sold. Well, that sold 2022 is what I see here. You said that you found another one that sold recent?
I had seen one on 3rd Street that sold for 60,000. Yeah, it was at 62, and I believe it sold 6 months ago.
Gotcha. Okay. And I don't know if we could do the 30,000, but if that's a price we can do, is this something you were ready to move forward as far as like an agreement in place today?
I'm happy to move forward with it.
Okay. Let me speak with my team and crunch some more numbers, and then my partner will give you a call back later today if that's okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Man, that was interesting. So she just dropped $10,000 on her own, but this property's been for sale for almost 2 months. There's just not much activity. So She had it rented for $900 a month. Um, that was her dad. Even as a rental property, it's such a risk. Like I wouldn't buy a property in this town. Not that it's a bad town, it's just like there's no activity. I have to go back 2 years just to see anything. She said that one sold recently for 60,000 with a garage. And she's asking 30, but I just don't see enough data. So I don't know how you came across this, but I would not recommend focusing in this market. You guys want to go to a market where in the last 90 days there's a lot of activity, because then you can look by county, you can look by zip code, and then when you run comps, right, it's easy. If you're having a hard time running comps, it's typically not a good deal, right? If you're having a bad time. Let me just go over here. I'm trying to see if I can find anything else, but there's just no activity. And if I have to go back 2 years, the market's just completely different 2 years ago than it is today. So I'm not going to go off of comps that are 2 years old. Let me check this out here. So again, if you're having a hard time running comps, it's typically not a good deal. I would actually avoid this area. I don't even know if $30,000 would work. I mean, the closest comp, she said it was in a different town. I could throw a rock at it from her house. It's not, it's right across the street, unless it's like a county line or something, but it's on the same street. So I think even $30,000 is too high, right? Remember, it's better to get no deal than a bad deal. This is something, I offer terms to see if she'll bite. She's not going to bite. The most recent sale in this area sold for $12,000. And then there's another one the same month, different address, sold for $8,000. If you get this under contract, who are you going to sell it to? Right? This, I don't even know if there might be a real estate agent in this area, but it's not, yeah, it's even at $30,000, I wouldn't feel comfortable. Yeah, let's lock it up at 30,000, because you're going to spend a lot of time trying to sell something that just may not make sense. And remember, the biggest indication you can tell if it's a good deal or not, or a good price, is how many days on market was it. She's only asking $10,000 less, but it's been on the market for about 2 months with zero activity, right? So if you get it for $10,000 less, let's say we got it for 30,000, you have to market it for 35 to 40. When people do their due diligence, they're going to see, oh, this guy's only asking $5,000 to $10,000 more than what it was listed for, sale by owner. So I don't think it's a good deal. So I would not, I mean, I'd still make her an offer around 8,000. That's why when I anchored her, I want to look for a reaction. That was what I talked about in the previous phone conversation. I anchored her at, I said 12. Okay. Oh, that's a different town. Oh, those are cheaper. It's right across the street. Okay. So follow up with her. People in this town are having a hard time selling it. They're on the market for 1 or 2 or 3 months. I don't even see anything selling this year. So yeah, I would not focus on this market. All right, next one. Oh, and my offer would probably be $10,000 just in case. The other one was a way bigger property. I mean, it's probably worth 14,000. All right, next one is, tell me it's a different one. Okay. All right, cool. All right, Main Street. All right. So in Vanburger. So let's take a look here on Vanburger and see if we come across something else here. And guys, keep submitting if you have any leads you want me to call, if you're on the chat here, submit them privately to me and I will give them a call. All right, so Main Street. All right, so this needs some work. Roof, bathrooms, no HVAC, asking $140,000. They're looking to relocate. This home used to be a 4 apartment home, now renovated into one home. Electric and plumbing was updated 2018. She's ready to sell in a month. All right. So let's give them a call, see if they pick up, and let's run some comps on this. Hopefully, this is in a little bit more populated area. Where's the phone number? Focus on metro areas, big cities, right? Big cities. Let's see. 3, 2, 71. All right, cool. All right, so Isabella. All right, let's start running comps on this. Main Street.
Hello?
Hey, Isabella.
I'm sorry, who is this?
My name's Steven. You spoke with my partner about your property on Main Street.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, were you still looking to get an offer on the property?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Did I catch it a good time? I had a few more questions about it.
No, you're good. You can have me.
All right, perfect. So our process is real simple. I just want to ask you a few more questions about it. I do see some notes here. I'll go and evaluate the area more or less to see what I can offer you. It takes about 7 minutes. Is that okay?
Yeah, that should be fine.
Perfect. And I like letting everybody know up front, I work with a real estate investment company, so we're not always the best fit. If I'm not a good fit, I'll let you know up front so I don't waste your time, okay?
Okay, got it.
Awesome. So I see here what repairs are needed, roof, bathrooms, no HVAC. How old is the roof on the property?
Ooh, I don't know. I know that when I purchased it in 2021, they had done a repair on it. So I'm unsure because it used to be shingles and yeah, so it used to be shingles. I mean, I don't know, but it definitely needs to be replaced.
Okay. Any leaks that you're aware of or anything? Or
Yeah, there actually is currently a leak. One of the reasons why I'm telling you is like kind of don't want to deal with this. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot of effort to do those types of things, but there's currently a leak. It's small, but because the home's 3 stories, it does leak down. So recently I've had like a tarp. That's a very
Can you hear me? You're breaking up a little bit.
yeah. I was saying that.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah. Sorry. So I'm driving, so the service might be spotty. But
Okay.
I was saying that I had a tarp installed, but again, that's very temporary.
Okay. Is it currently occupied?
Yes, I've currently been in part time.
Okay, and I see here she put you're looking to relocate. What kind of time frame are you looking to sell?
What kind of what?
What kind of time frame are you looking to sell? About a week, a month, a couple of months?
I mean, I'm pretty okay with anything, if I'm being honest. I'm not leaving. I'm leaving for family. Like I used to live in Florida, so I'm
Oh, nice.
kind of if it needs to be a couple months, that's fine. A couple weeks, that's fine.
You moved from Florida to New York or
I moved from Florida to Maine.
Maine?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, usually it's the other way around. Some people move from up north to down here. I don't really hear too
Yeah,
many people
yeah,
move from down here to up there.
yeah. Well, you could get a nice like really big home up there, and in Florida, it's really not like that. The market wasn't like that at the time, so I had never even been to Maine.
Wow.
Yeah, I had never even been. So
What's got you looking to sell this property?
yeah, my family, like my family, they all basically live in Florida,
Mhm.
so I just hoping to move closer to them because the distance is like really it's a lot.
Got it. Okay. Um, so man, so I see you have this listed for 140. It's been on the market. What is this? 119 days. So yeah, that's a while. So did you have any idea as to what you think, I mean, it might be worth or what you were looking to at least sell for?
Yeah, I would say at least. I mean, I've been seeing the homes sell that are much smaller. Obviously, they need like less work done, but they're much smaller in my neighboring areas for like 150. So I was hoping to get less than 150, but maybe like 120.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm looking at some properties here. Now, if they were in really good shape, I mean, some that are even renovated. I see one on 108 Marion Drive, right in front of yours. This sold for 157. I see another one sold for 149. But in as is condition, are you familiar with Fulton Street?
No, I don't think so.
So Fulton Street is right down your street, um, right across Ferry Street. Let me take a look here. There's like a church in the corner. So there's a property here in 123 Fulton Street.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I think that home's been listed for quite a while.
So there's one that sold there actually 2 months ago, sold for 32.6. And then there's another one on Main Street that sold in March, 217 Main Street, sold in March for 45,000. And it looks like in, great shape. There's some between 150 to 160 is what I'm seeing. So, as an investor,
Yeah.
I'd pay cash, closing costs and fees. But if I could do all that for you, what do you think would be the best price you can do?
Realistically, I know that the home's probably worth like 110. Like just to walk away from it quickly. Because I've been seeing like the homes that are selling for very low, like they have cracked foundations, like they're unlivable. Basically, all that's wrong with my home is, it needs a new roof. And I say about
Okay, so 110. Have you considered listing the property with an agent? Is that something you might be open to?
I don't think I'm into right now, just because I've only had it listed for weeks, I think, and I don't know, there's like around 70.
Hello? I think I lost.
I think if it was listed longer, like for a couple months, I'd be open to that.
If it's listed for, you said a couple more months?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So you're looking to wait a couple more months to see if somebody will offer you 110 for it?
Yeah, I'd say, yeah, I'm hoping to get 120, and I think based off of the way things are selling and what people are doing in the area, I was told to not even move it down. And so, I was hoping someone would see 140, offer like 100, I come back with 120. But yeah, that's kind of the situation.
Okay. And if we can pay you a little bit more, it would you give us some time to pay it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So what would that look like? How much time would you give us to pay it?
I don't know. What do you think it would look like in general?
Would you want some money down?
Yeah, I need money down.
Okay. How much money?
And then I guess would that be like owner financing, that kind of situation, or?
Yep. We're able to pay a much higher price typically when we do that.
Yeah, I'd totally be open to something like that.
Okay. Any idea about how much down you would want?
I don't know. I was offered originally by someone 30,000 down and the full 150. But with 30,000, like I really can't relocate.
Yeah.
Let alone like U-Haul like across the country.
Right.
So probably a good amount down. Like it would. I'm open to offers.
They offered 30 grand down?
Yeah, they offered 30, which was like very little to me.
Yeah, that's actually not too bad because typically we offer, I mean, based on the seller situation, we do between 10 and 20% down. It's all negotiable, but how much so you would want a good amount down, and then how long do you think you'd be willing to carry the note?
I mean, preferably like 2 years, like maximum.
Yeah.
I think it depends on the situation. But like the less time for me, the better. But again, like I'm pretty open.
Would you be opposed to doing it for 5 years?
5 years. I think it would depend on how much was down. Like
Yeah.
if the majority of it had been down, and then I'd be open to something like 5 years.
All right. Yeah, typically when we do these kind of offers, it's not like a one-time, here's your offer. I usually have to, just collect some information. We have to do our due diligence on see what we could rent it for. Does this property have a mortgage on it?
No, I own it.
Okay. That makes things a lot easier. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, because if it was a mortgage, then we'd have to look subject to the existing mortgage and look at the interest, taxes, insurance, all that stuff.
Yeah, no, I own it, and there's no liens on the property either or anything like that. Everything,
and I see
good. I don't like to.
I see for 20, well, what are the taxes? I see here on the tax records 842, but it shows for 2020. It says 842, the taxes. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay. Do you know what insurance would cost more or less? Do you have insurance?
No, I don't have insurance.
Okay. Let me crunch some numbers with my team to see what would make sense. I would tell you that, I mean, 30 grand, I don't know if we would be able to do that considering the amount of work it would need, right? So like if we were to rent it, we have to put money into it with the roof and anything else that that it would need.
For sure. I totally understand that. This home for me, like, was kind of eclectic. I don't know if that makes sense, but I did a lot of things by hand and you like even painting. And if you look at the pictures, like, I get it. Like there's a bunch of living rooms, I guess a couple, but like my main living room is pink. Like, so I get that. Like,
Yeah.
I do get that. Completely. So I kind of had built it to be there for a while, but I guess family, my parents get older and stuff like that. So but yeah, you can think about numbers and you can just give me a call back.
Mm-hmm. Well, before I let you go, what do you think would be because typically, I always tell people I'm an investor, I may not be the best fit. A cash offer, we're too far apart, and then I offer terms, and it's like sellers either get price or terms. So if we can go to your price and we can be flexible on our terms, I think we can make something work. But if somebody wants their price and their terms, I just didn't want to waste your time. I just want to see if you're flexible to work with us. I think we can make something happen.
So that's kind of what I was explaining. Like I'm pretty flexible. I think it just depends like on how long I'm willing, like 5 years, if there's more down or if there's just a really good price you guys could give me and I could just sell it like outright. I'm kind of like okay with anything. I'm open to it. So yeah, I don't know there's not like a ton of people that do seller financing. Or it's so hard because I have been looking in Florida. But yeah, I'm pretty open. Like,
okay.
Perfect.
Well, let me go back to my team, crunch some numbers, and then I'll have my partner reach out sometime today or Monday.
Okay, got it. And
right.
I just want to let you know I have been getting quotes on a roof. So the lowest I had gotten from like just a local person was 12,000, and then the average I had gotten for like an actual contractor was 15. Like 15,000, like 200. So I just wanted to let you know that.
Yeah.
Because I know the home is huge, and people often think like with the size of the home, it's going to cost like $20,000 or more for a roof. But because it's 3 stories, it's not. You know what I mean? Like it's stacked, so it's not very like just a long like home. Up here, it's the problem. Like a roof can cost like $30,000. So yeah, I just wanted to let you know that.
I appreciate that. Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time. We'll reach out back to you.
Yeah, sounds great. And if I don't answer, just go ahead and leave me a message and I can get back to you.
All right. Perfect. Thank you.
All right. Thanks so much.
Bye. You notice the difference between this seller and the last one I spoke with. So she's been on the market for 4 months. she's more motivated, she's more flexible, right? And you just have to be, I mean, these leads up in these areas, there's not much activity, there's not much comps, but she's open to terms. This is a huge house. The problem is she wants way too much down, right? She wants $30,000 down. Terms, ideally, I'd like to be between 10 and 20% down, because even with terms, like that roof is I mean, that roof, she what, 12, $15,000, like you have to fix it up. The house needs a lot of work. I'm looking at the pictures on Zillow. Yeah, it definitely needs work. Very interesting house. But yeah, if somebody wants too much, say, hey, if I can pay your price, how much time would you give me? And then you're going to back into the negotiation. You're going to structure it based on how much work does it need. I'm not going to pay, oh, I can pay higher price, right? But then the down payment is going to be a little bit different. So that was actually a decent conversation. So now what we typically would do with these is we want to crunch these numbers and see, well, what are rents going for in the area? The good thing is it's free and clear. Okay, so we can get as creative as we want. All right. If I had a mortgage, we got to collect the principal, the interest, the taxes, the insurance. What's the interest rate? Is it good? Is it bad? It's free and clear. We can get as creative as we want, but it's got to make sense. So if people say, yeah, I'm open to terms, but I want like 25% or 30 or 50. So a lot of people I've spoken to, like, I'm open to terms. I want 50% down. I'm like, man, even for a bank, typically they won't require that. So you got to educate them politely. Listen, like if you want your price, it's got to be our terms. If you want your price and your terms, it's going to kill the deal. There's no deal. I'm not going to try to force something. All right. But yeah, it's a pretty big house. I mean, it's a 7-bedroom, 3-bath, 3,200 square feet. Man, it's already 112. Man. Okay. Well, that's all I have time for today, guys. Some decent conversations. Um, I would not focus on areas that are very small population. There's not many comps. Try to focus on big cities, big metro areas, because even if we got these under contract, it'll be very difficult to sell. So keep that in mind. But guys, have a great weekend. I will see you guys in the community. Make sure you, for any future leads, you want to submit them. If you're in the community, go ahead and submit them there, or you can go to the reitoolbox.com and submit them there. And yeah, have a great weekend. Make some calls, and I'll see you guys later. Take care.